What if I told you that one of the most polarizing figures in modern American history was nearly taken out, and the story you think you know is filled with lies, half-truths, and manipulation? The day someone allegedly tried to kill Donald Trump is shrouded in mystery, conspiracies, and questions no one seems eager to answer. Whether you love him, hate him, or fall somewhere in between, this story isn't just about Trump, it's about the delicate threads of democracy, security, and the power of perception. Let's start with a startling question. What do you really know about the events of that day? Maybe you heard it was a lone wolf, someone acting on impulse. Or maybe you've read theories pointing to something darker, a carefully orchestrated plot. Here's the kicker: so much of what's been reported doesn't add up. And the more you dig, the more unsettling it gets. Imagine the chaos: a crowded rally, the charged atmosphere of cheers and jeers, and suddenly, an incident that freezes the room. People gasp, security scrambles, and the headlines the next day scream about an attempt on a former president's life. But behind those headlines lies a web of conflicting accounts. Who was this person? What were their motives? And why are there gaps in the official story? Pause for a moment and think. When was the last time you questioned the narrative? Have we become so conditioned to accept what we're told that we miss the signs that something bigger might be at play? Remember, history is rarely as straightforward as it seems, and this moment in history is no exception. But let's not get too heavy just yet. Imagine if this were a Hollywood movie: secret agents, high-tech gadgets, maybe even a dramatic car chase. Reality, though, often outpaces fiction in its complexity. The truth isn't just stranger than fiction, it's far more compelling. So, where does this leave us? As citizens, as seekers of truth, we have a duty to look beyond the surface. Because when the story changes depending on who's telling it, you have to wonder, what's being hidden? And more importantly, why? In the next section, we'll peel back the layers and dive into the narratives surrounding this incident. From eyewitness accounts to glaring inconsistencies, get ready to confront the uncomfortable questions. And believe me, by the end of this story, you'll realize that the biggest lie isn't what they told us, it's what they didn't. Stay with me. Let's dive into the tangled web of what supposedly happened that day. According to the official narrative, the individual was apprehended swiftly, with claims of a clear motive: anger, desperation, or even ideology. But when you dig deeper, the inconsistencies start to pile up. Witnesses reported seeing events unfold differently. Security footage, conveniently, had gaps. And the alleged weapon? Questions about its origin and intent remain unanswered. Think about it: if the story was so straightforward, why the discrepancies? Was this truly a lone act, or was someone pulling strings behind the scenes? And why were certain details buried so quickly? Consider this: every high-profile incident has layers of truth and fiction. The problem is figuring out which is which. Remember, perception shapes reality, and controlling the narrative can be just as powerful as controlling the event itself. But here's the real bombshell: some accounts suggest this wasn't the first attempt. Patterns emerge when you compare it to other high-stakes political incidents. Could this have been part of something bigger? Stay with me as we explore the chilling possibilities. So, what does this all mean for us? First, it's a reminder that questioning narratives isn't just important, it's necessary. Whether you're a supporter of Trump or not, this story touches on something much larger: the fragility of truth in an age of spin and sensationalism. We must ask the hard questions. Why do certain facts vanish while others are amplified? What role does the media play in shaping our perception? And perhaps the most unsettling: if they can manipulate a story this big, what else might they be hiding? This isn't just about one day, one person, or one event. It's about us, the power we hold as informed citizens. We can't afford to accept easy answers when the stakes are this high. So I leave you with this challenge: don't settle for the headlines. Dig deeper, question everything, and remember, the truth is out there, but only if we demand it. Because when lies are exposed, change becomes possible. The question is, are you ready to seek the truth?